That transition period after a breakup is the worst, right? I always wish that a superhero would swoop down and help me through that time. You know, someone like Rebound Man. Yeah, just picture it. I am Rebound Man, able to offer you meaningless sex to help you get over your ex by getting under me. I come with an arsenal full of ego-boosting compliments and condoms ripped for her pleasure. I'll offer you mustache rides into the sunset and guarantee not to come faster than a speeding bullet. Yeah. Or I am Rebound Man. And then when he was done, he would just fly away. Yeah. And I'd find next to my pillow a rose and a pint of Ben and Jerry's Chunky Monkey. So that's a superhero we could all get behind, right? Or in front of, right? But no Rebound Man needed for me because I'm old. No, and I'm married. And something cool that I gained in marriage besides 15 pounds was his last name. And before you start thinking I'm old-fashioned or all blessed be the fruit, you know. No, I took his last name because it was easier. And you would too, for the first 34 years of your life, you went through being called Kim Backhand. Yeah. Yeah, and it was actually Sean, which it was French. Oh, yeah. But it's spelled B-A-C-H-A-N-D, so anybody pronouncing my last name or reading it or spell check insisted it was backhand. So, but now I'm Kim Cook, and it's weird having the last name is something I did not do well. But I'm lucky because my husband Andrew is British, so he's cool with it. Yeah. He's like, it's all right, Kim. It's not like I've ever tasted good food. A lot of not good stuff here. But yeah, it's all right. So you might be thinking that's not exactly the best British accent I've ever heard. That's how he sounds. Yeah, kind of like you just walked off a Broadway play Oliver. It's like, thank you, Seth. That's cool. And that's what he says after sex. He calls me sir because I make him. Yeah. Want to know what he says during sex? The British are coming! The British are coming! Yeah, but we've been married for a while, so you know. But we have been married a while and we don't have any children. And yeah, it's cool though because someone once told me that having children is not all that it's cracked up to be. And that person was my father. Yeah. And I was only a child. But although I don't have any human children, I have a fur baby, which, shocker, I say fur baby. And I actually have a bumper sticker that says my kids have paws. Yeah. But I don't have a car, so that makes it weird. But one of our dogs is a Cocker Spaniel named Wrigley. And Wrigley loves to sleep like smack dab between my husband and I at night, so I don't know if that makes him a blocker spaniel. A cock blocker spaniel? Or maybe a cocker blocker? I think he's still pissed at my husband for taking him to the vet to get his manhood flipped. And he's like, I'm not getting any nobody. No British are coming, none of my watch. But sometimes he's walked in on my husband and I doing the deed, and he just stares. Now, does that make him a cocker spaniel? But we take Wrigley to the dog park. Actually, it's called the Bark Park. So yeah, I say fur baby. I go to the Bark Park and I drink the occasional pumpkin spice latte. I'm a basic bitch. Yeah, I mean, but so something weird I've noticed at the dog park, the Bark Park, are all of these like designer dog breeds. Have you seen these? Like the Golden Doodle, Labradoodle, Shih Tzu, Cockapoo, Maltipoo, Palapoo, Peekapoo, right? It raises a serious question, like who knew that poodles were so sex positive, right? Yeah, make sure you check that out next time you're at the dog park. These little sex positive poodles like, je m'appelle Frenchie. I see you, little Cocker Spaniel. Hello. Ooh, is that your owner? It's a very nice lady, hasn't it? Enough of these small dog. Come over here and make French here, bitch. Come on, I don't have all day. Okay, it's a sex positive poodle, and they're very demanding. So you guys, I'm going to leave you with this. My dad has a weird obsession with social media. Like he asks me about every single time we talk. He's 82. He's like, okay, Kim, tell me again. Should I get on the Snapchat? I was like, Dad, we're at church. It's called Snapchat. Although I did used to buy his dirty magazines when I was little, and something tells me he might be in Snapchat. He's like, okay, Kim, should I get on one of those senior dating websites? Can I get a virus from it? It's like 40 baby boomers plus technology.
everybody, how are we feeling? Thank you so much for coming out and supporting live comedy. Now that we have this pandemic in the rear view, I think it's time we had an open and honest discussion about the terminology we use to describe it. Words matter. For example, you're not supposed to say China virus because it's racist. For some reason, South African strain is perfectly fine. Never understood that. So I'm making a call right here, right now, that we as Americans reserve the right to name any ailment we acquire after the place we acquired it. Very simple formula. Bus station handrail cold. Kindergarten classroom flu. Gas station glory hole off I-94, hepatitis B. All those in favor say aye. Fantastic. Oh, you guys know what a glory hole is. Skeevy perverts on the side of the state. Fine. That's fine. I guess you just made the world a better place. Yes. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. My family's Mexican and Cuban. And if you know anything about either culture, you'll understand what a complete and total clusterfuck it was just to get here tonight. We have travel issues. It involved digging under things, climbing over things, using a minivan door as a paddle boat to get from Havana to Miami. And now we hear that cancel culture wants to make it illegal to name somebody's race for reporting a crime. This is infinitely stupid, because it means you would actually have to become racist to avoid being racist by digging up some very old and very nasty stereotypes that are very hurtful to a person of my background. I want you to picture one of these cancel culture people get themselves all worked up to go talk to a cop. They're like, okay, stay in your safe space, stay in your safe space, don't hurt people's feelings, don't hurt people, do not say he's Mexican, do not say he's Mexican, do not, for the love of God, do not say he's Mexican. You can do this, you got this, you got this, you got this. Excuse me, officer. I just saw a man with a thick mustache and a sombrero loitering outside of Home Depot. I think he was looking for work. He was spinning dos pistolas on his fingers and shouting, "Arriba, arriba, andale, andale, yip, 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 andale, arriba, ole," as he fired them into the air like Yosemite Sam. An innocent pinata took a straight bullet to the gut. But you won't find any evidence of this because the perpetrator's 38 children came and scooped up all the candy for themselves. After the incident, he popped and locked into a bouncing car with an Our Lady of Guadalupe hood ornament and a bumper sticker that read, "My other car is a burro, / anything goes when it comes to Cholo." Officer, I think it's imperative to put an all-points bulletin on this person right away. Last nugget of information, if you tell anybody I told you this, I will deny it. You'll know these people by the trail of thick and chunky salsa they leave their way. They tend to take that stuff everywhere. So I know a lot of people are uptight about cancel culture because they're worried that they might be on the list. I have a niece in elementary school, and she told me that the time-honored children's game Duck, Duck, Goose is now played like this. Gender-neutral waterfowl from the Gordata file. Gender-neutral waterfowl from the Gordata file. Gender-neutral waterfowl from the Gordata file with a slightly longer neck we do not shame her for. It doesn't sound like much fun. It sounds like it would take a long time to play. Kids are busy, they have things to do. That's not even the worst part. The worst part is when you tag up, you can't chase the kid anymore because that is a microaggression against slow people. And you can't call them slow anymore. No, you cannot. Now it's rapid forward momentum, systemically deprived, victim, survivor, hero person, gender. That's all I know. That's all I know, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I love everybody. That just sounds like a gigantic hassle. Big tangled web. So talking about cancel culture, I hear people all the time say that we should cancel the Kardashians. But I completely disagree. They are a perfect example of the American dream gone right. Like take Kim. She grows up the daughter of a world-famous lawyer. She meets D-list R&B singer Ray J, has sex with Ray J on video. Her mother obtains a copy of that video, offers it up to the highest bidder at porn distributors. The family becomes multi-billionaires. Now you may be disgusted by that. You may roll your eyes. But I bet every single person here wishes they had a mom that loved them enough to watch them bang on video for I read a beautiful quote on Mother's Day. It said, "A mother hears even when her child doesn't speak." And I think that's true. But just to be sure Mom got the message, Kim made sure to say in that video, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, Ray J, Ray J, Ray J, pounding through the mattress, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God." She got the message. It's beautiful. It's a mother's love, really. That's what we're talking about. I don't know if you know this, but the Kardashian sisters are expanding their empire, going into the laundromat business. And they have a really outstanding slogan. It goes, "Kardashian Sisters Laundry. We never ever do the whites." We never ever do the whites, but we're open 24 hours. Take about 100 loads a night. So that's beautiful. It's just like poetry. It just rolls off the tongue. I think we can all agree that you have to respect anyone that can take 100 of anything in a single night. It takes a special kind of person. And you know you're special when you can pass around the NBA like a deli train in Ethiopian 420 party. You're special indeed. So I have a dream. I want to share it with you. Before I leave this earth, I want to see the winning quarterback in a football game thank Satan for helping him win the big game. Thank you. Take that to Chico. I think it would be so funny. He's coming off the field, he's got his helmet up, the eye black on. Reporter sticks a microphone in his face like, "Hey champ, great game." He's like, "Whoa, thanks Mike, yeah. We'll step out there today, man. Crowd gave us a nice boost. Linebackers were great, hitting those slot receivers across the middle. O-line's open up holes all day." It's ended up being our day, man, but I shouldn't be surprised. Because when you ride with Beelzebub, all things are possible, man. Last night, me and the fellas got together, we had a players-only meeting, put on the black hoodies, drank some goat's blood, played with the Ouija board, played some Slayer records backwards. Just talked about who we want to be as people and as men, members of this football community. Last night, as you may or may not know, was the planetary alignment harvest moon. And in keeping with school tradition, we sacrificed 3 virgins at the 50-yard line, man. So, nothing left to say except, hail Satan, hook 'em horns, and Nan pop up, I love you. I told you it was going to be hot down there. Hey, I'm Jason Mars. Thanks, everybody. Stay young, stay invincible, stay forever.
If you think that Tony Robbins story was weird, I just found out moments ago I was sued in a court of law by the same guy who fucked another contestant. He sued me. Apparently you can't use "Let's Get Ready to Rumble" on the radio, so there's that. Just got my hair shorn today like a sheep because it's going to get hot this week. I moved back to Michigan to get away from hot weather. I sweat like profusely. Like when I mow the lawn, it looks like I jumped into Lake Michigan. I sweat so much that if I was bitten by a radioactive tick, throwing sweat would be my superpower. Commissioner Gordon would put up the golden sweat drop and I'd sprint over there, working up the sweat on the way. Guys that come out of the bank, hit him right in the face with my radioactive sweat and kill them. But like every superhero, I'd have drama. Superman has his kryptonite, I would have winter. Police Commissioner would either have to give me a sauna or a stair machine. Hey, we've got a crime going down, just a second. Just a second, I gotta work up a sweat. My sidekick would be naked sauna guy. You know the guy's inappropriately naked in the sauna and just splayed out. He'd get there first and discuss them long enough so I could stay there, you know, so I could get there in time. I love tearing apart arguments that we take for granted in society. Have you ever gotten in an argument, somebody uses this phrase, it's a slippery slope, right? First of all, that's a bad fucking metaphor. And second of all, it's bad logic. So one time I was in an argument with a guy, and he goes, it's a slippery slope, Jojo, if we do what you do, it's a slippery slope. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Well, it's a slippery slope, but how slippery is it? Is it like an overnight dew? Or is it a day-long rain? It's a day-long rain. Is there grass on the slope? Yeah, well then I can get back up it. Okay, then it's mud, it's mud. Well, what's the angle of the slope? Frustrated and they leave. I love it. Absolutely love it. I did move back to Michigan recently. I'm not used to the wild animals in the yard. I live in the middle of the city. I live in Creston. Anybody live in Creston? We'll get to you in a minute. I woke up the other morning. I get up earlier in the morning. I woke up at 3:30. I walk out the backyard. The motion sensor lights come on. There's 2 raccoons fucking in my backyard, which is fine. That's how they make more raccoons. What was weird was 3 other raccoons were watching them. And they turned around and looked at me like I was the fucking problem. Raccoons make this weird clicking noise when they're dead. Like, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go to my car and you guys can continue whatever the fuck this is. Because I don't even know that raccoons had sex shows before now. But apparently they do. It's weird because every once in a while a bear will make its way down from up north and get into the city. And the DNR does the same thing every time. They'll bring out a tranquilizer gun, shoot them out of a tree, put them in a van, take them up north, drop them off somewhere up there. Problem is, the other bears are territorial. They're not real happy about that. So somewhere up north, there's another bear kicking the bear going, hey, what the fuck are you doing here? I don't know. I was eating a burrito out of an El Canudo dumpster and woke up here. Well, you can't stay. So I came up with this idea. It was rejected. I thought it'd be a great idea at our prize to tranquilize tourists, put them in my car, drive them up north and leave them on a porch in Traverse City. They thought that was a bad idea. But the reaction would be the same. Someone would come out on our porch in Traverse City. Hey, what the fuck are you doing here? I don't know. I was eating a burrito at El Canudo and I woke up here. Well, you can't stay! That's fucked up when my pauses get more laughs than my jokes. Just gonna sit there and stare. Speaking of animals, there's a survey I saw the other day, and they asked men, if you were unarmed, which animals do you think you could take one-on-one? You know, like a mouse, right? You guys can take a mouse, right? One-on-one, you can corner them, step on. Insects, you can slap them. 8% of the men who took this poll said they could take an elephant one-on-one. That's because on the internet there's no accountability. You can say whatever the fuck you want. I want somebody to show up at the door of these people and just go, hey, I got an elephant. So you take him. Because I don't even know what the strategy is. I don't even know if you just grab onto his leg, hope to kind of kick him in the balls. I don't even know how you start that. So anyway, I live in Creston, and there's a saying they have in Creston, one of the art galleries that has a little spray hashtag. It's Keep Creston Funky. You ever seen that? Right? Is your neighborhood funky? Because mine is. I got weird neighbors, man. I moved into my house. My next door neighbor came over. He goes, let me introduce myself. My name's Rob. I said, my name's Jojo. I just moved in. He goes, cool, you gonna call the police on me? Like, don't answer that question. The question, why? There's a good lot of junk in my backyard. I'm like, nicely played, Rob, because that was the last time I noticed the shit that was going through my mind. I thought you were going to say that the last 3 people who lived in my house buried in your basement. All this shit you want in the backyard. Then one day I was doing some weed whacking. My weed whacker broke. So I had my neighbor on the other side. I said, can I borrow your weed whacker? She said, sure, I'll bring it over. Bring it over. She goes, you're not going to whack those weeds, are you? I And I said, sure, why? She goes, that's catnip. I said, well, I don't have any cats. Help yourself. She goes, no, you can smoke that. Again, help yourself. Because if I ever get to the point where I'm smoking catnip, I know I've reached rock bottom. Although, apparently I already look like I reached rock bottom, because I have a bad back, and I went in for therapy, and the therapy is, they punch you in the part of your back that hurts, until it hurts even more. So it's raining now, I get this therapy done, and I'm coming out of the downtown Y, and I'm walking like this. And I walk to the corner of Pearl and Fulton there, and I'm sitting there where the exit's at 131, and I hear a car door open. Woman gets out, hands me a $5 bill, gets back in her car. Apparently I look like I'm homeless. But in the spirit of the $5 bill, I went and got myself a portable old English 400 malt liquor. Anybody ever had that? Here's my review. Gasoline mixed with sugar. That's what that tastes like. It does pair well with Funyuns, so there's that. Hey, thanks for coming out, JoJo.
I moved here about a year ago from Los Angeles, and people are always like, why? Why would you do that? And it had a lot to do with the fact that I wanted my kids to have a place to grow up where the white stuff that fell from the sky was actual precipitation and not ash while the world burned around them. So that's more charming. But I was excited to move here. One of the reasons I was super excited to move here was that I was really excited not to constantly be surrounded by tall, blonde, Barbie bitches all the time. Yes, clap it up, people. I couldn't wait to be a Midwest mate. But I moved to East Grand Rapids, where apparently 90% of the population are tall, blonde, Barbie bitches. It was not in the brochure. It was not, and I'm bitter Betsy about it. And they all have really cool last names like Vander Beautiful, Van Pretty, and they run. Oh, the running! So much running! They just run, and I'm like, what are you running from? Your perfectly manicured lawns? I don't understand it. I think they might be running from Amway.